sent my blessing to you, my people. I've sent my word to heal your disease. I've come among you and I've shown myself true. Ask of me what you want me to do. I am your God. I will make a way. Will you remember my word? Will you remember? When you give your children instruction at 7 o'clock, turn off the light. It is to be adhered to. And what happened is many people has taken for granted that you don't just have pastor, but your pastor is a seer. And a seer is a gift of old. It is a prophetic eye to watch over you. I have it while I'm awake, and I will have it while I'm sleeping, as many of you know. And that means that most of you have had a child, I told you before it came. You can't guess pregnancies before they happen. And if you doubt what I'm saying, you try to go around telling people they will get pregnant and see what happens to you. Some of you have learned it's not everybody to let into your home. Especially people who pretend to know God. My attitude towards this church is always positive. It is always to build the church. It is always to help the people. And I can honestly say I don't know any pastor, like my sister said to me, that goes to a store in Canada and pays $1,000 in candy to bring back to his church and have to buy new suitcases to carry and pull them back, just so that I can treat you like my children. I wish I could have your attention, but some of you are still so distracted. And don't know when it is a serious time because you're so absorbed by menial things. You don't know when trouble is coming. But I have to keep my ear to the ground. One time I lived here and I gave a prophecy, one must die for one to live. And that death caused death, and the whole family was stricken. And I took the prophet word to bring that family back together. And still yet, there are some in that family who do not see what God had done. I was a child, I taught as a child, I speak as a child, I understood as a child. I skip and frolic like a child, but now I become a man, I put away childish things. Isaac was in a place, Gerar, surrounded by enemies. Enemies that covetous towards him. We take it for granted that this land is ours, but there are people who covet the fact that God gave it to us. And every time they come and they said, but look at this man making progress. The church people can't see wall is up, but they see it and talking. And say only rich people have stone wall. They said this man put this big tent here, so put building, put this, and just pure progress. Obedience, is it? Obedience. Every one of you under the reach of my voice has an opportunity to be obedient or disobedient. And if you don't understand the ramifications of disobedience, then you're going to be in a lot of problems, and very quickly. You want to hear prophecy, but you don't want to set your house in order. Remember, when you're talking now, I hear it loud. So, cease and desist. Genesis chapter 26, verse 12. Then Isaac sowed in that land and received in the same year. Somebody said the same year. An hundredfold. And the Lord blessed him. And the man waxed great and went forward and grew. Somebody say, Isaac is growing. Isaac is growing. Now touch yourself and say, my Isaac is growing. My Isaac is growing. And grew until he became very great. For he had possession of flocks, possession of herds, great store of servants, and the Philistines envied him. You might not see how God has blessed you, but your enemies are looking in. For all the wells which his father's servants had digged in the days of Abraham his father, the Philistine throws stone and dirt and stop them up so that his cattle will starve. Somebody is after your well, which is your watering hole, that which sustains you and sustains all that you possess. Therefore, if your watering hole is left open, somebody is going to come in the middle of the night and stop it and block it. And Abimelech said unto Isaac, go from us, for thou art much mightier than we. And Isaac didn't contend. He left and took up his tent. Now I understand about tent when you're under a tent. And pitched the tent in Gerar and dwelt in Gerar. And Isaac digged again. Revisit those wells that used to nourish the generation before you. The wells of water, which they had digged in the days of Abraham his father, for the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham. And he called their names after the names by which his father had called them. And Isaac's servants digged in the valley and found there a well of springing water. Somebody said, I will find my well. And the herdmen of Gerar did strive with Isaac's herdmen, saying, the water is ours. You did all the work to find the well, but the people who were there before, who never dig for anything, is coming to take claim and lay hold of what you have worked for. And he called the name of the well Esek, the well where there's strife. And they digged another well and strove for that also. And he called the name of it Sitna. And he leave from thence and digged another well. And for that they strove not, and he called the name of it Rehoboth. And said, for now the Lord had made room for us. Somebody said, God shall make room for you to prosper. Say, God shall make room for me to prosper. and we shall be fruitful in the land. And he went up from there to Beersheba. And at Beersheba, God appeared to him, came to him in the night, and said, I am the God of Abraham thy father. Fear not, for I am with thee. I will bless thee and multiply thy seed for my servant, who? Abraham's sake. And Isaac was wise. When God speak to you, you must build an altar. And he built an altar there and called upon the name of the Lord and pitched his tent there. And there Isaac's servants digged a well. Then Abimelech went to him from Gerar, and Ahuzath, one of his friends, and Phicol, the chief captain of the army. And Isaac said unto them, Wherefore come ye to me, seeing you hate me, and have sent me away from you? And hear what his enemies said to him. We saw certainly that the Lord was with thee. And we said, Let there be now an oath betwixt us, even betwixt us and thee, and let us make a covenant with thee, that thou wilt do us no hurt, as we have not touched thee, and as we have done unto thee nothing but good, and have sent thee away in peace. Thou art now the blessed of the Lord. Jesus, God shall turn your situation around, that those that throw you out will come to seek to find you, to make peace with you, so that the blessing of God can rest upon them also. They rose up betimes in the morning and swore one to another. Isaac sent them away, and they departed from him in peace. It came to pass the same day that Isaac's servants came and told him concerning the well which they had digged, and said unto him, We have found water. And he called it Sheba. Therefore the name of the city is Beersheba unto this day. After God appeared to him, they digged a well and called the well Sheba. And I remember one day Jesus was passing by and came to Beersheba and sat down at the well. And one fine hot day, a woman was going to the well. Going to the well at the wrong time, because people go to the well early in the morning or in the cool of the evening. But she was an outcast, and so therefore she was going in the middle of the day when nobody would be there to perturb her. Sometimes we try to do our business when nobody's there to interfere with us, ladies and gentlemen. When nobody's there to ask us any questions about our lives. And this woman went, and when she got there, she saw a strange man sitting down on the well. And when she was about to do her business, he told her, Give me to drink. She said, But you don't got nothing to fetch water with, and the well is deep. How comes you asking me to fetch you some water to drink? Lord have mercy. If she understood the historicity of this well, that somebody had to meet God in order for this well to be there for her to pull from. I'm telling you that the blessing that you do 100 years from today, your family will still be reaping from that blessing. The righteousness that you do today, generations of your family are blessed, and they can't understand why they are blessed, and that's because you have paved the way for their blessing. I don't know how long the Lord will carry, whether 5 years or 10 years or 100 years, I don't know. But I want you to know this: whatever good you have done, whatever you have sown in the land, God Almighty, and you reap, the time of harvest comes and you begin to reap. But when you dig a well, that well will stay there and live and outlive you, and your children will be blessed from it, and your herds and your cattle and their herds and their cattle will be blessed from it, because God is going to give you something that is a generational blessing. You have been passing through too many generational curses, and God is about to turn around your story and leave you with a generational blessing that your children and grandchildren can say, because I had a praying grandmother that went to Pathways International, a praying father that went to Pathways International and heard the word of the Lord of God. I believe Sisters and brothers, I want you to understand that God is not slack concerning his promises towards you. God is trying to show you that some of the hardships you are facing is what they did the generation before you. And your ancestors created this animosity that you're feeling. But I'm here to tell you that there is a word of the Lord in the city. A word of change, because a time for prosperity has come. A time when God wants to visit you as people. A time when God wants to favor you as people. For if my people are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray, and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, and I will heal their land. You've been scratching like a chicken in the morning and finding no provision. But I want you to know that it is when you're surrounded by enemies and you believe God in a time of famine. It is in the famine you walk in the 100-fold blessing. Because when there is prosperity, when you sow, you don't need much faith to sow when you're doing well. But it's when you got your last. And God said, sow. You cannot eat your seed, but you gotta dig into the earth. Dig for the well and dig to plant the seed. Can I talk to somebody who's not afraid to go to the next level? Come on and clap your hand a little more. Sisters and brothers, I want you to go through this experience with me. God Almighty. Some of you wake up and all you know is zinc fence. Zinc, 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 zinc. All you know is poverty. Grandmother born into poverty. Great-grandmother born into poverty. Some of you are living in a home that is so deteriorated, that is ready to fall down, but by the grace of God it hasn't fallen. I'm here to tell somebody, get ready to move into your own. Get ready, because God is about to do something for your generation. God is about to remember your generation. They have forgotten you, but God is about to remember you. Some of you, they place a curse on you. You will have children, but no father will help you. This is the morning where the curse is being broken. And God is about to He's about to remember your generation. Curse after curse. Spell after spell. Weight after weight. Sometimes some church people don't know the price you pay for your worship, the price you pay for your praise. But I'm here to tell somebody, God has not forgotten you. God has not abandoned you. God has not turned his back on you. But your time for favor has come. Your time for turnaround has come. Your time for breakthrough has come. For weeping may endure for an hour, but joy is coming in the morning. Clap your hands and let us have some church up in here. I dig the well, and the enemy came and clogged it up. Throw stones into it, throw all kind of bush into it, throw garbage into it. A bad mind you. Don't be discouraged, but get your shovel, get your big axe, get your excavator, and dig another well. I can't live in the past. I said I can't live in the past, but I'm gonna press forward. The walls and mark of the prize of the high calling. I got a call on my life. Destiny's inside of me. You can't kill my purpose, and you can't stop my destiny. Clap your hand. Somebody shout yeah. When God puts you in a season of famine, surrounds you with enemies, people who are looking for you to make a mistake, so they can rejoice over you. People are looking to hear that you drop out and dead. People are looking in the back of the mirror to see your face and see your picture. But it is not my face and my children's face you will see. It shall be your own family's face you see. As I shall when fighting battles with your prosperity, you dig a well and it is called the well of strife. The more you try to progress is the more they strive with you. They carry bad name for you. Carry you down a courthouse every week and they can't get no peace. Gone down a police station with your name and tell bag a lie upon you. You well they want to croak up. The well they want to lock up. And them a try to tell policemen so because of the church where them a go. Jesus have mercy. Pastor woman, not they are fighting. They are fighting. The devil is a liar. The God I soul don't deal in a woman. God I soul don't deal in iniquity. The God I soul don't run red and blue and black handle. But I serve the one true God on earth. I serve the true and living God. He said that I am the one that said let there be. And there was. Somebody help me here. I said who cannot fail. If your search is wardrobe, there is no pajamas. Because the Lord that I serve, He neither slumbers. Church, nobody had nothing to say about you. When you were going to the little lackadaisical half-dead church where the pastor see out time nose and hear out time finger, nobody don't trouble you. But since you met Jesus at Pathways International and start going to this Christian Cathedral, they will walk you out and criticize you. They will talk and want to stop you. Tell them they can't stop you. Bless you. I'm sure you don't want to see you. I'm stepping higher. I'm stepping stronger. I believe in the power of the righteousness of God. It's the eyes of this official They never try to pull you from any other church but this one. They never tried to discourage you from any other place but this one. But this is the place where just men are made perfect. This is the place that God said to Moses, there is a place by me, and I will hide you in the cleft of the rock. Oh, church of God, this is that place where God put his hand over you. Where God put his hand over you. When no evil shall come nigh your dwelling. They tell you that you have an order man as your pastor. Let me tell you why. Because when they came 7 ways, when they came to eat you up like a vampire, the Spirit of the Lord overshadowed. I am a under heavy unction to preach Since you know I'm covered, what is the fight? They understand a prophetic church is moved by obedience, and that you cannot stand before God empty. Anytime you stand empty, it is a declaration that God is no longer your provider. He said in his word, "A cattle on 1,000 hills." You don't want me to preach it here. And when you stand before him empty, you deny him of his ability to provide. Because he said, "I give seed to the sower." But what has happened to the church? They have become so comfortable watching their wells being blocked, they keep the seed in the same place. Because you need water for seed to germinate. That means there must be effort on your part after you plant the seed in a time of famine to find water to water the seed. When the prophet asked the church water the seed, they're looking around. What kind of water I want? When the prophet said, "Come," the people looking around because they don't understand that it has to be a concerted effort, that everybody who's working with the plan of God must participate in. And when the water finds the seed will grow root, and everybody will watch you in a family wonder how you have economic progression, because the kingdom of God is not based upon the economy of Jamaica or the economy of the world. The kingdom of God is based upon the kingdom economy. If you believe in a famine, I will make oil to appear in a jar that's empty. I will make wheat to appear in a jar that's empty, and I will sustain you and your family. If you believe this, all you need is the presence of a prophet, or the presence of a prophetic word. So we become blocked in our giving, because seed is faith. When you are asked to place a seed, it is faith that is being activated, and faith is belief. And then when you continue with your worship and continue to give out of love, you water that faith. You say, "God, I've sown a seed, but I'm watering it with love by continuing to give out of nothing." Some of you will see people give their way out of poverty. Hearts of hope.